Hey y'all, welcome to Quiz Horse. Can you hold the reins of this quiz? Tiny or giant? Pick the wildest version every time. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss all our future quizzes. First question, would you rather tiny dragon or giant hamster? Would you rather tiny castle or giant treehouse? Would you rather tiny car or giant bicycle? Would you rather tiny pizza or giant burger? Would you rather tiny robot or giant teddy bear? Would you rather tiny elephant or giant cat? Would you rather tiny submarine or giant rubber duck? Would you rather tiny spaceship or giant paper airplane? Would you rather tiny dinosaur or giant chicken? Would you rather tiny mansion or giant tent? Would you rather tiny shark or giant goldfish? Would you rather tiny volcano or giant snowman? Would you rather tiny roller coaster or giant slide? Would you rather tiny pirate ship or giant canoe? Would you rather tiny football stadium or giant football? Would you rather tiny laptop or giant phone? Would you rather tiny train or giant skateboard? Would you rather tiny helicopter or giant balloon? Would you rather tiny island or giant beach ball? Would you rather tiny monster or giant puppy? Would you rather tiny chocolate bar or giant cupcake? Would you rather tiny aquarium or giant fish bowl? Would you rather tiny farm or giant carrot? Would you rather tiny wizard or giant magic wand? Would you rather tiny knight or giant sword? Would you rather tiny airplane or giant suitcase? Would you rather tiny zoo or giant panda? Would you rather tiny race car or giant roller skate? Would you rather tiny lighthouse or giant candle? Would you rather tiny mountain or giant mushroom? Would you rather tiny swimming pool or giant bathtub? Would you rather tiny haunted house or giant pumpkin? Would you rather tiny castle tower or giant crown? Would you rather tiny robot dog or giant robot arm? Would you rather tiny ice cream cone or giant donut? Would you rather tiny jungle or giant flower? Would you rather tiny sports car or giant scooter? Would you rather tiny moon base or giant rocket? Would you rather tiny treasure chest or giant diamond? Would you rather tiny supermarket or giant shopping cart? Would you rather tiny beach hut or giant surfboard? Would you rather tiny dragon egg or giant bird nest? Would you rather tiny castle gate or giant key? Would you rather tiny arcade machine or giant controller? Would you rather tiny library or giant book? Would you rather tiny hot air balloon or giant parachute? Would you rather tiny snow globe or giant snowflake? Would you rather tiny fire truck or giant water hose? Would you rather tiny bakery or giant croissant? Would you rather tiny UFO or giant alien helmet?